Wish you a wonderful day, everyone. So, this is another great opportunity to learn with IGP. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. And I would like to thank all of our participants right now who joined with us. And it's my request to everyone to please stay with us till the end of our program. So, my dear lovely participants, today I'm your host for this session, myself Nasreen, and I'm from Bangladesh. So, ladies and gentlemen, really I'm proud to be associated with IGP as a global member, and I feel respected and privileged to host this webinar. And it's my delight to welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. So thank you once again for joining in this marvelous moment. So, dear audience, please give a rate to our webinar and you can also comment in our comment section. Don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends also. So give a thumbs up to our Facebook official page and also subscribe our YouTube channels. And you can also share this live session right now in your timeline, also in Facebook groups, Twitter, LinkedIn also. So dear lovely audience, let's start our program. Let's learn and grow together because we believe that power is gained by sharing knowledge, not holding it. So once again, I'm Nasrin from Bangladesh, member in IGP. Welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. So dear audience, we have everyday new participants from different nations and places and different countries. So I'm giving a little concept about IGP for all of you. Institution of Global Professionals serves student and community resource, providing holistic social work and education for great proficient generation. IGP is a leading online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. And you know that we make it get able to use for every knowledge seeker to originate their personality, more ambitious, be confident to face any circumstance and develop their own skills. And we are entrusted with international recognition. Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institution provides social work. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultations to generate proficient generation all over the world. We organized our webinar, offline, online courses, etc. by based and trained speakers and coaches from all over the world to create a best learning platform for all of you. And our mission is to empower people and enhance. And in our platform, we have already thousands plus speakers invited, and we are very proud to have you here. Dear audience, and today I'm presenting webinar number 587, and the topic is the mathematics of climate change. So let's start our program with IGP's mantra that is feed your skills. So I'm not going to long my conversation. I'll invite our honorable speaker right now. So let's welcome our speaker from Philippines, Sir Neil. Welcome, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, can you hear me? How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay, sir. So, I'm sharing your PowerPoint slide right. You can start it, sir.
So, so, so we'll start. So, good, good morning good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of the international participants. So, our let's say our webinar for the day is the mathematics of climate change. So, before we'll start, we'll have first a short video statement. But since there is a recording the statement, so by Miss Universe 2021 Harna Sandhu, in her first statement, one day make sure it's worth watching. But this is not the life you want to watch. The climate is that us as humans has done to the environment. But we still have time to. Earth is all that what we have in common. And these small acts, as individuals, when multiplied by billions, the whole world. Nature is going through a lot of problems, and it is all due to our irresponsible behavior. This is the time to take actions. Our actions could either kill or save nature, prevent and protect. Prevent and protect is better than repent and repair. So, climate change and its effect on the environment and society is a controversial issue facing all of us at the current time. It raises high passion on all sides of the media, political, and even the private spectrum. Most scientists believe that there is good evidence for human influenced climate change. So, the introduction, we will be dealing with the mathematical aspects of climate change. So, climate change is not only scientific, but it is also mathematical. So, first, we'll have mathematical modeling. Second, will be probability. And third will be statistics. So, what is the evidence for climate change? The current changes in the climate. So, there is a lot of incontrovertible statistical evidence that the current climate is changing, even if the reasons for this climate and the significance of it are the subject of hot debate. This evidence can, in turn, be used as a model of our as a test of our climate change model. Slide. So first evidence will be global warming. So as you can see, the global average temperature is already rising based on evidences from the IPCC or the International Panel for Climate Change. So let's look at the actual evidence for it. Recent records on the Earth's temperature comes from a variety of different sources, including weather situations on the Earth's surface, satellites orbiting the Earth, and buoys and ships in the oceans. In the case of the weather stations, these records have been gathered reliably since the average temperature of each year compared to the 1951 to 1980 average temperatures is already rising. So as you can see, the global temperature average is rising. So we can say that climate change is true and it is not a hoax. Next, next, the loss of ice and sea level rise. So as you can see, the average Arctic on the slides or on the screen, the average monthly Arctic sea ice extent from July 2022, approximately 2.5 million square kilometers of summer sea ice have been lost. This is equivalent to the year of Scotland. To understand why we need all of the Arctic sea ice will vanish in 100 years. At the same time, land ice has been lost from both Antarctica and the ice sheets on Greenland. There are a number of consequences of this. So if the ice will be lost, so it's possible that the sea level will rise. On the left side, so that is from between years 1950 to 1980. So the third uh, sorry. So this this picture shows the rising sea level. So as you can see, from 1950 up to 2020, so the sea level is already rising in millimeters. So hopefully the sea level rising will be stopped. So third is increase in the number of extreme events in weather. So you have probably noticed that there have been a lot of big storms recently. So it is not only in the Philippines or in India or in Bangladesh, but in different parts of the world. So we are experiencing extreme weather phenomenon. Another recent extreme events included is a heat wave. The heat wave which killed thousands of people affecting the USA and extensive flooding in Pakistan. Is climate change? The answer is yes. But to understand why we need to understand a bit about statistics. Temperature of the earth is increased by 1 degree centigrade since records began. However, the shift in the mean temperature significantly increases the likelihood of extreme temperatures and related events, such as a higher rainfall, or, or as you can see in the graph below, so in the new climate, there is an increase in average temperature, more hot weather, more extreme weather, and less extreme cold. So when we say more hot weather, so we will be expecting more rains to come. And the hotter the temperature, so the warmer atmosphere can hold more water, or meaning it will rain a lot. So the graph on the left shows a typical statistical distribution of temperature, which is a bell curve. centered on the mean. The portion on the far right of the tail distribution under the tail shows the probability of a hot temperature. As you can see, there is always an increase in the number of extreme events, or the temperature is increasing. Then next, global carbon dioxide increase. It is possible to monitor the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere with high precision. For example, the Mauna Loa Observatory in Hawaii takes daily measurements of the amount of carbon dioxide in parts per million in the atmosphere. So as you can see on this picture, this is the a reading on October 2018. So as you can see, the from 1960s up to present, the carbon dioxide by parts per million is increasing. The latest was at 405.97 parts per million. The carbon dioxide levels vary up and down during the course of a year owing to seasonal changes. However, the overall trend is one of a rapid increase. Indeed, in the last 50 years, the average amount of carbon dioxide has risen from 320 to up to 406. The fact is undeniable and is almost certainly due to the burning of fossil fuels such as oil, coal, and gas. However, it is the impact of the carbon dioxide rise on the Earth's temperature which leads to a lot of controversy, and it is the heart of the IPCC's recommendation on to the need for a low carbon economy. The key question whether the increase in carbon dioxide levels lead to a temperature increase, or conversely, a rise in temperature has led to an increase in carbon dioxide level. Next, so we have the past climate changes. So in the past, a common criticism, modern climate records taking direct measurements of temperature, rainfall, ice cover, and other climate indicators only state when Met Office states that in paleoclimatology, or the study of past climates, scientists use proxy data to reconstruct past conditions. So as you can see there is a medieval warm period, then after there was a little ice age, then on the next, at 2016 upwards, there is a warmer period. So different praxis leads to different reconstructions, but the overall pattern is clear. We see a gradual cooling resulting in the little ice age, followed by a very rapid warming as we approach the present days. By drilling deep into the Antarctic ice and measuring oxygen, we can find the temperatures of the past million or so years. The results are below. So as you can see, there is a high temperature. Average temperature from thousands of years ago up to the present is increasing. A plot of the historical values of carbon dioxide below is equally striking. Again, we can see natural cycles in the carbon dioxide levels between 180 parts per million to 300, which are in synchrony with the temperature and ice cover variations. However, as we approach the present day, and in particular since the start of the Industrial Revolution, the carbon dioxide levels have been increasing rapidly, with a current value of over 440 or 400 parts per million. This man-made rise is far more rapid than any natural variation. So how do we model climate change? How are climate change models derived? All climate models starts from the law of physics. So here are some simple mathematical models of climate. What are they and what do they predict? So we'll deal with the simplest one. The simplest one, will be the EBM or the energy balance models. The simplest of all these models, and the EBM assumption is that energy received by the Earth from the Sun is balanced by the energy radiated from the Earth back to space. The whole Earth is assumed to be at a single average temperature, which is T, and to behave as though as one body being heated up by the Sun and is released. So as you can see on the model, so energy from the Sun, energy from the Sun is absorbed by the Earth and then released again. But but the various forms of radiation and re-radiation is illustrated below. So if there are greenhouse gases, so the absorbed the absorbed rays or the absorbed radiation by the sun will be deflected back to the earth and will not reflected back to space. So one of the key questions about climate change is whether it is too late to change things or whether we had passed a point of no return so that no matter what we'll do, the climate will change regardless. So we'll have so are we in the past point of no return? So first we'll have the ice albedo effect. The effect of the temperature on the albedo of the earth is twofold. Firstly, it makes the whole system much more sensitive to change. In particular, it increases the sensitivity to change in the emissivity, which is in turn linked to carbon dioxide levels. Without the ice albedo feedback, a simple, however, so as you can see, if there is an increase in carbon dioxide levels, so the ice will melt. The albedo A that we considered as constant depends indirectly upon the temperature. In particular, it depends on the total amount of ice covering the Earth. The more ice there is, the more reflective the Earth's surface, and therefore the higher value of A. A decrease a decrease similarly decreases as the amount of ice decreases. The amount of ice in turn depends upon the temperature, so that the higher the temperature, the less ice there is. Thus, the albedo A decreases as the temperature T increases. As a result, the sea gets darker and does not reflect the light from the sun so well. As, as we know that the Earth's surface is 80% or more covered in water. So when the water will be darker, so it will not it will not radiate back sunlight coming from the sun, and it will not radiate the sun's radiation to space. So next will be the tipping point. The tipping point. So when we say tipping point, so it is the point in which the climate change will be what do you call it, inevitable. So this picture shows the existence of tipping points when the climate can change rapidly. If we were in a cold earth situation, so E drop below, and we would see a very rapid warming of the earth. Similarly, if we were in a warm earth scenario, then it will have a rapid cooling. It would seem from this model from this picture that however there are other aspects of the earth's climate, however, which might lead to a tipping point in its behavior. These are described. One of the most commonly quoted is the melting of the Siberian permafrost, which lead on the release of the greenhouse gas methane, which will make the earth warmer, leading to more melting. Other potential tipping points are the change on the Atlantic circulation and the loss of rainforest. The theory behind tipping points is unclear as in their detection. However, they are certainly worth monitoring, and this is a part of active research. So, other examples of such tipping points due to Lenton are given on, on the picture below. The theory behind this one is unclear, but so far, so as you can see, there are different colored areas, and those colored areas have their own observatories and have their own uh, satellites that are placed there to monitor the areas because these are called the tipping points. Are we past the point of no return? So, since the video was in copyright mode, so if you have seen Geostorm, so that one is a clip from Geostorm, in which it may sound fictional, but the starting or the introduction of that movie was similar to what we are happening right now. So some predictions for the future. So are we all doomed? So it is not my job as a mathematician to say this one way or the other. However, I can urge everyone to be mindful of the effects of climate change. Despite what certain politicians or other people may say, the evidence for human-made climate change is very strong. This is supported by mathematical models, scientific research, and other social science research, which imply that unless we do act now, the Earth's temperature will continue to rise, and we can make clear predictions about that rise will be given amount of how much that rise will be given. The amount of carbon dioxide that we are releasing into the atmosphere. How we mitigate that rise, for example, by using of carbon dioxide capture technology or the use of renewable energy is the subject of another research. But perhaps the main contribution that maths can make is by using data and careful models to take the hot air out of the climate debate. So, however, as what what everyone or what what Harnas what Harnas stated that our small acts as individuals, when multiplied by the billions, can transform the whole world. So so that ends my presentation this morning or this afternoon.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing your valuable presentation with our participants and really, sir, each and every point of the slide, your presentation is very informative for this topic. So thank you again, and we will come back with you after our quiz competition in our Q&A session. And we are really sorry that because of copyright issue, we cannot share the video, sir. So thank you, sir.
Yes, uh, it's my pleasure, and I'm sorry also that I haven't talked about the video.
Okay, sir,
So
please stay with us. We'll come back with you in our Q&A session. Thank you, sir. Okay, my dear lovely participants, so get ready for our next session, that is quiz competition. So please don't forget to tag your and mention your friends in our comment box. And today we will give 10 certificates to our top 10 winners in our quiz competition. So get ready. Okay, so welcome everyone in our quiz session. So please join in this quiz competition. You can see the join link in our comment section, and also you can perhaps Chrome and directly go to www.slido.com and please give the code. The code is IGP quiz. And please put your full name because it will print in the certificates. Right now we have 24 participants who joined in this session. Thank you all for joining with us. We have right now 29 participants. Still, we are waiting for our new participants. And after this session, we will come back with our honorable speaker in Q&A session. So everyone, please get ready with your question to ask our honorable speaker. And please remember one thing that there is no relation between quiz completion certificates and the international webinar certificates. Okay, then get ready everyone. We will start it within a minute. So here is our first question. The question is, how do science combat climate change? Option number one, limiting the use of fossil fuels or out of control wildfires. Okay, the right answer is option number one, and 97% of our participants chose limiting the use of fossil fuels. So let's see the bigger. Okay, in this round we have Ma'am Charlene Kalohemaguchi plays first position, and following we have Sir Jugger Bambisco Tosso, following Chama Benwada, following Sir Michel G. Gesser, and Ma'am Rosie Davis. So congratulations. our winners. Let's see the next question. Okay, where can mathematics take you? Science and research and or journalism? Okay, the time is up. Correct answer is science and research, and 100% of our participants chose the right answer. So congratulations to all of you. Again, we have Natcher with Karahachi in this round. This first position, okay. Following Namrosidia Source, following Sir Jogger Brothers Katoso, following Sir Michel G. Gesser and Gemma. Okay, let's see the next question. What is climate change? Is this global warming or science that is a local topic and engagement of students? So the right answer is option number two. It is science that is a local topic engagement of students. So 30% of our participants answer correctly. In this round, we have Sir Alex Javier Alvarez plays first position, following them Nancy Barotti, following Sir Michel Gasser. Then we have Monica Gina Javier. We have finally Sir Osel Quetzalcoatl. Okay, congratulations to our winners. And we are moving to next question. So the question is, which is true of climate but not weather? Climate changes from day to day or climate changes little by little over time? Okay, the right answer is option number two. That is, climate changes little by little over time, and 48% of all of our participants, only 48% answer correctly. In this round, we have Sir Michel G. Gesser plays first position, following Ma'am Nancy Project. Then we have Ma'am Jigme Dohi, following Ma'am January Cindy, and finally we have Sir Alex Amir Alvarez. So we are moving to next question. Okay, the difference between climate and weather is that weather equals short time period, while climate equals long period, or climate refers to a specific area. Here is the right answer. The right answer is option number one, and 97% of our participants answer correctly. Okay, so congratulations to answer correctly. Let's see the leaderboard. We have Michelle Chiquesa plus first position in this round, following Nancy Barotti, following Jake Pidorhe, and we have Jamir Cindy, and finally we have Sir Alexander Alvarez. Okay, let's see the next question, question number six. What is part of climate change? Option number one, greenhouse gases. Or option number two, let's see the right answer. The right answer is option number one, and that is greenhouse gases. And the person of our participants answered correct. Again, we have Sir Michel Chiquez was first position in this round. We have Ma'am Nancy Barotil, then we have Ma'am Jigme Dorhe, we have Ma'am January Cindy, and Sir Alex Xavier Alvarez. Okay, let's see the next question. What is adaptation to climate change? Staying away from climate change or making changes to suit the new climate? So the right answer is option number two, making changes to suit the new climate, and 87% of our participants chose the correct answer. Once again, Sir Michel Chiquesa placed on first position in our leaderboard, following Ma'am Nancy Barotti, following Ma'am Jigme Dorhe, following Ma'am January Cindy, and Sir Jugar Scottus. Let's see the next question. How does climate change affect birds? Birds hatch too early, so they can't get food, or birds hatch too late, so they can't get food. Let's see the right answer. It's option number two. Birds hatch too late, so they can't get food. So this is effect of climate change. In our leaderboard, we have Ma'am Nancy Barotti placed first position in this round, following Ma'am Jigme Dorhe, following Ma'am January Cindy. Then we have Sir Michel Gigesser and Sir Shirley Magni Ibernus. Okay, let's see the next question. Question number nine. How will climate change affect the planet? Rising sea levels or less rainfall? So the right answer is option number one, that is rising sea levels, and 80% of our participants choose first option. Then we have Nancy Baruti plays first position in this round, following Sir Michel Chichester, following Sir Charlie Magni Iberto. Then we have Jigme Dorhe, and finally we have Aussie Queen Summers. Okay, let's see the last question, question number 10. When did climate change become an issue? In 1950 or in 1980? Right answer is option 2, 1980, and 70% of our participants choose correct answer. Okay, let's see our leaderboard and the winner's name. In this session, we have Sir Michel Chichester plays first position in the leaderboard, following Ma'am Nancy Barutil plays second place. Then we have Ma'am Jigme Dorhe plays third place. Then we have Sir Joker Baldescotoso plays fourth. We have Ma'am Rosie Diaz plays fifth. And we have Sir Ricky Arcolima plays eighth. Then we have Sir Alan H. Broters plays seventh. We have Ma'am Emily M. Rufino plays eighth. Ma'am Gloria Carriaga plays nine. And Sir John Kinesi Royal plays 10. Okay, so congratulations to our top 10 winners. So, dear winners, you'll get your winner's certificates from our Facebook official page after the program. So, again, I'm telling and requesting everyone don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. And please get ready for our next session, that is QA. And we are coming with our another speaker in the next section. So get ready. The question to ask our speaker. So thank you again, and after this short video, we'll come back. Welcome, sir, in our Q&A session. So, my dear lovely audience, please write down your question in our comment box, and our speaker is ready to answer your question. So, dear knowledge seeker, we are waiting for your question. So, please put your question in our comment section. Our speaker is still waiting for your question. Okay, our speaker is disconnected because of technical problem. So if he joined, okay, he joined. Wait.
There are no questions, I think.
No, sir, not yet. Thank you, Sir Neil. Thank you for coming to this platform and sharing your valuable presentation with our persons. Okay, okay. We have a question. The question is from our one of our active participants. How can an educational institution encourage its learners to help reduce the effect of
Okay,
climate
this
change
is
and
the
integrate climate change adaptation
integration
in
and
the curriculum?
adaptation in the curriculum. Okay, so thank you for that question. So in the Philippines, we are mostly in this is integrated mostly in in science class in a science class. So in the science class, so we are using the three R's or reduce, reuse, and recycling of materials for future use, and also we are practicing recycling materials, and some of our students also research about how to how to use waste paper and how to use other materials for other purposes. So it is repurposing materials. So that is one way of integrating climate change adaptation in the curriculum. So it is mostly on the science and research subjects. So is it so that is our practice here in the Philippines.
Thank you, sir.
So that's my that's that's our one of our best practices here in our school in which I am teaching.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And another question from Sir A.K. Adhikari. What is the role of UNEP to a well-balanced environment?
So the UNEP, so so that is out of my presentation. So when we say the UNEP or the United Nations Environmental Program is a global authority for the environment, which programs focusing on climate, nature, pollution, and sustainable development and more. So to a well-balanced environment, so it is it is what we call a universal program or a global program that focuses on climate change. So when we say climate change, so it entails rising sea levels, the temperature rise, and the loss of ice. Then when we say nature, so it is mostly focusing on the deforestation and the seas, pollution, sustainable development, and more. So actually, I have no further ideas about what is the role of UNEP because my presentation is about the mathematics of climate changes, but as United Nations Environment Program, so it may be a program that deals on the whole, not on not on specific countries. So maybe it's 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 a global program that maintains a well balanced environment or sustainable. When we say well balanced environment, so there is a sustainable development wherein the balance of industrialization and the environmentalization will be merged, I think. So that's that's what I know that's what I know in one of our studies in my graduate school about UNEP and other programs that are spearheaded by the United Nations. I think so. Is it okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes, there will be
Thank you, Sir Neil, for coming in IGP's
questions.
platform and sharing your knowledge with our participants. Thank you, sir. So, do you want to share some last
Thank
words
you.
for our
You're welcome.
participants?
So I guess so. Let's have prevent and protect is better than repent and repair. As what Hannah Sandro said. So we could either our act save nature. It's always better than to repent and repair. That's all I can say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, my dear lovely participants, this is our situation I'm sharing with you. And today's program name is The Mathematics of Climate Change, and the code is IGP 1587. Let me tell you once again, the code is IGP 1587, and without this code, you can't get your certificates. So, with code, you can claim these certificates anytime. And you can also visit our Our website address is www.eduigp.com. Let me tell you once again, www.eduigp.com. So collect your certificates and don't forget to subscribe with IGP. So I'd like to thank all of our participants once again for your cooperations and your active participations, and I'm inviting to all of you to our next webinar in afternoon session, so don't miss it. And every day IGP shared 3 lifetime certificates. It's very on the active participations of our participants. So don't miss in your next session, because one of you get the certificates. One of our lucky active participants. So everyone, till then, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm Nasri signing off right now. Thank you.